Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said that her government has suspended a defence cooperation pact with Israel. It comes after Israel fired warning shots last week at Italian troops serving in Lebanon under a UN mandate, causing damage to a vehicle, and after Giorgia Meloni's criticism of Israel's bombardment of Lebanon. Her far-right government has until now been one of Israel's closest supporters in Europe. Seema Gupta is in Rome. Seema, I hope you can hear us. What has brought Giorgia Meloni to this point?
Yes. Well, it is quite a sharp reversal, as you mentioned. I mean, back in 2023, early 2023, Benjamin Netanyahu actually visited Rome. And at the time, Ms. Meloni said that Israel is a friend and key partner of Italy. And now, today, she has made a statement saying, in light of the current situation, the government decided to suspend that Defence Cooperation Pact. Now, that pact was set up back in 2003 under the government of then Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi. It is about procurement and training, as well as the import, export and transit of defense and military equipment. And so it's not a massive thing for Italy, but for Israel, but it was definitely a point of connection for these two countries. And it was something that was automatically renewed every 5 years. But the decision was made that as the renewal was coming up, not to do it this time round. And this was something that the government, the opposition here, had been long calling for the government to do. And Ms. Meloni said, essentially, when things are happening that we don't agree with, we will act accordingly. So really a reaction, perhaps, as you mentioned, to the warning shots that were fired by Israeli soldiers on the Italian soldiers that are based in Lebanon as part of a UN force. There were no injuries, but a vehicle was damaged. And at the time, Rome summoned the Israeli ambassador to Italy, and subsequently the foreign minister visited Lebanon on Monday, and he said it was unacceptable, the attacks on Lebanese civilians. Israel, in turn, calling on the Italian ambassador to Israel. He was summoned. So clearly, tit for tat, and now the suspension of that agreement. Israel, of course, saying on their part that this was not an important security agreement. It was simply a memorandum of understanding, but clearly this is a strain on ties.
Indeed, I think they can dress it up however they want. It's clearly someone who is actually saying they disagree with what they are doing, and clearly this is having an effect across the international community. And I'm wondering, Seema, is the position now taken by Meloni really a reflection of public opinion in Italy?
Yes, I think it's very much a calculation on her part in terms of moving forward. She's very much aware of the fact that Italians have taken to the streets to protest against the Israeli government, particularly the situation and the war in Gaza and their support for Palestinians. And Italians are also very much against the US-Israeli war in Iran, feeling that, of course, this is having an impact on their bottom line in terms of resulting in higher gas and petrol prices. And so with this much opposition, she's also got her eye on the general elections in 2027, and she can't afford to lose people's support. It's interesting today that the Milan-based daily Corriere della Sera also published a short interview with President Trump on his comments on Ms. Meloni. And he said he was very shocked by her decision not to assist the US in the war against Iran. And he actually said, and I quote, "Do people like her? I can't believe it. I thought she had courage. I was wrong. It's very different from what I thought she was." So clearly a reaction also from Mr. Trump to her statements about him, particularly in reference to the Pope. She said the statements that Mr. Trump made, his criticisms of Pope Leo XIV, were unacceptable. He turned around and said she was unacceptable because it seems as if she doesn't mind Iran having a nuclear weapon that could hit a country like Italy itself. So clearly the tensions and the relationship, she was once considered the Trump whisperer. Now it seems that there are tensions in that relationship as well. But it's sort of a calculation because Italians are not happy with Trump, not happy with what Israel is doing, and she has to respond to that.
Indeed, Meloni taking a stand. Donald Trump, as usual, trying to deflect the criticism that is landing on his doorstep. Seema, as always, thank you very much indeed. Seema Gupta joining us there live from Rome.